Hey, what's good, chat? Dyson sphere. We're back. More of it. Um, they're having power problems, like really bad power problems. So hopefully we intend to fix that. I don't really know how to fix it. To be honest, I would assume the best way to go would be to use like an artificial, or well, I want to see what the artificial star is. Um, we could start trying to make some antimatter fuel. It's maybe worth it. Um, Obviously, our graviton lenses needs to like kind of maybe buff a little bit, but I don't know. I'll kind of figure it out as we go. Right. We're kind of at a point now where if I really need the space, I can just tear down all of this stuff. All these wind turbines. They're just not providing really any meaningful power. Obviously, more solar panels, more array receivers, stuff like that would obviously help, but I don't know how much that's really necessary. So we're at like 50% capacity, 60% capacity, and need to find a way to fix that. We could probably run more of these, actually. I don't know why I made it so slow. I mean, we have what, 30 per second coming? This needs. Okay. I shouldn't worry about speed when we're at 60% efficiency. Also, grab those build. Right, like there's no reason to worry about production speeds and stuff when our power is not fully on. Which, these are all on. Which makes it very concerning to me. Obviously that means other thing. Why? Okay, I'm just gonna delete this Mark III belt real quick. Clearly not working as intended. There. There's just gaps in here constantly. So we're kind of burning through this pretty quickly. Remember, right, this is cycling around for the sake of making more refined oil, which, funnily enough, despite how much of a problem that was before, we don't really need it anymore. I mean, what are we using refined oil on anymore? Like, we can't just use other stuff for. Hey, logistics carrier capacity. That's all of those. The rest of it's just maxing out our Dyson spheres, which I don't entirely know. I don't want to get through all of this research. It's gonna take a lot of time. Probably about like 10 to 20 minutes for each, depending on science. Let me take a look at our science. Let's go for the just build it. We're still being limited kind of by greens and yellows. Like green working at about 100 a minute, yellow working at about 90 a minute. So we're gonna want to upgrade those capacity. What are we even using this for? Right, we got all this refined oil. This particularly is going into this sulfuric acid. Yeah, okay. Which we are so overboard on. We don't need. We have so much, and we're not using it for anything. That's really only used in the alloys and the graphene, and like, alloys are fine. This is doing okay. Looks like we could probably actually handle it a little bit. right? Maybe like 2 or 3 more of these to get all of this running. But also, Mark 1 belts are kind of bad. So, upgrade it to a Mark 2. That actually might, just upgrading the belt speed might be all we needed to do. Sometimes the problem isn't a problem of resource, but rather just of throughput, right? Kind of product speed being too slow. So it does look like we need to add, which can also easily improve by upgrading that one. Tear down some wind turbines, which I know power problems, but also like I don't need them. I don't know if I want to add a full 9, but I will. If that feels wrong, like this feels incorrect to do. I guess if the idea is we have 12 a second coming in, then right, this being a 1.5 second crafting speed would mean that this is correct. Merge it in there. There we go. I'll increase these guys a little bit, since that was one of the problems we were having with them. Not getting enough magnets in time. But now we should be operating... Well, obviously power is also a big factor in this, but... I think just getting more resources in here is good, because then we can kind of see where we are once we fix power and expand. So that we can get more going on. Pull him over here. Got some clothes to drop. And I've got some... Also have some wind turbines. Yep. Those now. Okay, drop those in. That's circuits. Circuits are like non-existent. Curious why that is. Ah, iron. Yeah. Yeah, no, that'll do it. We need more iron. I'm actually gonna tell the vessels only go for 100% capacity. That might be a strange thing, but I think it's worth it. I've got some odd hydrogen on. I don't. That. Some magnets in there at least. Okay, power. Power. We're at about 150 load, which is not good. No matter how much I pay attention to things, power always seems to slip away. So, I mean, solar panels are an option, array receivers are an option. Could also try to bring some graviton lenses up here. If I'm gonna do that, I want to go look at green science. I was like just over there, but I want to go look at it to see how it's handling. So if it's struggling on graviton lenses, I don't want to pull any from it. If it looks like it, or maybe not necessarily struggling, but it's definitely having a. I mean, we're kind of demanding a lot, right? I'm very happy our quantum chips are doing well now, though. This is also doing well. We're getting a lot of the unipolar magnets in constantly. Processors are like kind of coming in. I don't know why they're not like always coming in. It's kind of weird. Like there's like a. I know we set up like a. Actually, okay. I go to the star map, I actually look at that. It was here, right? Because I can look into the planet. Yeah, it would have been that planet. Okay, do the planet. Oh, dang. I was hoping I could. I'm pretty sure that's the one that has stuff on it. Since that's the one with the organic crystals and stuff. Yeah, that one's energy at 150. Yeah, good. I mean, it's probably worth setting up some of these to just be like mega iron depots. Right? Because our system is like, I am using up all of the iron I can here. Also, this Dyson's coming. That's so good. I really can't wait for this to all connect in together. It looks so awesome. Yeah, we're literally like running around all of these planets, collecting up like everything we can. I just need more from elsewhere. I mean, honestly, like even if it's just like the closest thing to we got ships going out. NTJ over there. Looks like this is maybe the closest. Yeah, 3 light years away. Bunch of iron. Bunch of silicon, titanium, copper. A lot of resources. Okay. We're gonna head over there. Oh. It'd help if I looked at kind of it was this one, right? Here. Yes. It'd help if I looked at this. Right, three planets. And wind energy 70 euro. 160. So we're gonna want to go to this one. So I want our indicator on that planet. And I'll actually just grab. I know I just put some down, but I'm actually just gonna grab all of my wind turbines. This is obviously putting the power problem on hold, but it's something we do need to fix. Is our kind of supply chain here. We're struggling with supplies. There's no other way to put it. We're just struggling on supplies. You know, there's only so much I can do. And fixing our power is definitely a priority, but the planet is still running, even if barely. You know, let's go to the South Pole. I can't use ray receivers on other planets outside of this one, so you know, might as well at least put these to good use. I know this is kind of set up to do like some stuff. Here? It's gotta be this far out. That needs foundation. These are gonna be for power. That also needs. Come on, side. Let's just come over here. There. 2 lines up. Or maybe just do it like this. It'll be a little bit like less space efficient, but also look neater. I would say at least. Obviously that is foundation. So. These are being used for power. That's obviously got stuff away. These were spaced very differently. I kind of realized like halfway through that I was spacing them on different lines. There. That'll be a little bit better. That one needs found. That's also not the line of them. Go for this. ones are correct. I think these ones are wrong. Yeah. I was supposed to fit just a little bit more in by doing it properly. There. These are all on power. So. Doesn't look like it helped much. I don't know why. These are all producing like 1 megawatt, 1 megawatt. I think we take more of these off for now. Go to power. Oh. It changes nothing, so I guess it doesn't matter. We'll sum of the photon then. Right, because if it's not gonna like change how bad our power is doing, I don't see a reason to not have them set like that. I also think it might just be like a solar sail issue, right? Because our solar sails are kind of all being eaten up right now for the Dyson sphere itself. So we don't really have like a lot of solar sails, so the air receivers aren't really producing a lot of power in the first place. 2 megawatts? That's less than like... That's less than a lot of other things, right? That's as good as a thermal power plant, pretty much. And obviously the mini fusion power plants are doing better, like 15 megawatts. Like, these are just not anything. So actually, no wonder that we're not being pain. But still, we could probably do with doubling up all of these guys. Unfortunately, the way this is set up, I don't think I have a good way to do that. I also don't think I have any. I don't know if I'm making them either. But I think doubling them up is probably good. We'd get twice as many sails down. That would be very helpful here. But I think I'd have to move some stuff around. What is going on here? Oh, that's up at like that. Okay, understandable. Yeah, I don't know. Kinda just like struggling. Wait. These are also starting to struggle a bit, but I mean, that's a thing that'll fix itself when we fix iron, so. Alright. I have some hydrogen on me I want to go rid of somewhere. What is this? That's the mall. If I just keep doing this, find a good spot to get rid of them. I've got 100 solar panels on me, so I should have enough power to set up stuff on a new planet. I know I've also bumped up some of the charging requirements on these things. I still think it's worth it to keep the ones that have slightly higher charging at higher charging. What is this? Oh, graphene. Oh yeah, another hydrogen's coming up here and this stuff. I really could add like 1 or 2 more of these in. No problem. Probably 2 more would be my guess. But again, our power's also not at full, so hard to judge. But more of these is not a bad idea, I think. Because more of them also means more graviton lenses, or more strange matter, which means more graviton lenses. Means more green science. Or at least faster green science. Okay. So I kind of want to make this artificial star thing. Right? Before I head off planet. So I would need like 10 particle containers. That's fine. And then I just need like normal processors. Is also fine. If I can go find some. I actually wouldn't be shocked if some of these towers are the reason why our power is so bad. I saw, yeah, this one like constantly low on power. This is one where pumping it to like 21 megawatt max charging power is probably the play, because it sends stuff out very frequently. Which we can also fix that a little bit by changing it to 20% rather than 1% limit. That's not sending a single fuel rod every time. Wait, it'll stockpile the fuel rods just a little bit, and then send them up. So it'll use up less power as well. So actually, we can drop it down. That should also help. That's probably the reason why this is happening, is I've got a couple of those just like constantly eating power, because I'm telling them to just always be looking for resource. Right? Like 1% loads and stuff. We'll upgrade some of those. The vessel... Actually, send the vessel back up to 60 here. Because the vessel here is really just looking for hydrogen, which is coming from our gas giant. So, you, I don't really... 10%. Okay. That was sure like an easy, like, screen. So I could just, like, go on. I will want some of these quantum things, right? For an artificial star. I want 10 quantum bit. I have, like, 10, 15. So I'm going to actually make sure I don't need more than processors. Same thing here, I just need 10. And then I can start crafting these guys. The artificial star, I need 10 of those, and then 20 frames, 20 stuff. Anyways, I forgot Purple Science uses just raw processing. Huh. Okay, well, let me go over to what I'm thinking about. Let me look at the yellow side here. And contemplate if it's worth upgrading yellow cyan. It probably is. The same way that upgrading this is 100% doable at this point. Getting more of those. The diamonds is actually going to become our new problem. Right, I mean, there's room for a third one, so let's do it. I don't think I'll make the tower as tall, but like that big. I think actually this, I'm pretty sure these two can go even taller. Look at me, not fixing our power struggle that we're having, and instead adding more things that will consume power. We'll do it. We just need like a little bit more yellow cyan. I'm hoping this doesn't completely cut off our lines. We do need those diamonds, and we do need titanium crystals for other stuff. I don't remember what, though. Actually, there might be an alternate recipe for diamonds that we could use. If I remember, it's the crystal? Yeah, we need the titanium for the Casimir crystals, though we could technically replace that. It's arguably worse, though. We can make titanium crystals pretty easily. And then the diamond. I'm not sure. Diamond. Yeah, there is an alternate diamond recipe using kimberite, or kimberlite rather. So that might be a good thing to look into as well, as finding some kimberlite nearby and having that get shipped into our planet. Like, unironically, probably not a bad call. It's a little bit faster at producing it too, and it produces even more. So that's definitely probably a good call. And then we can kind of like shut down this little thing here, and then just have honestly just make this one tower, have some kimberlite come in, and we can kind of fill this out with smelters, and then have the line run in. And we don't have to worry about jumping belts and stuff over here anymore either, because this will all kind of be decommissioned. I do know... Maybe not though, right? Because like... We are using some of it. Or we're using this graphite for stuff. Right? We're using it for our red sign. I don't know. Everything's a problem. Everything we're running into right now is problems, and there's no solution. We're at 80% satisfaction now in power, so that's good. Despite adding a bunch of stuff in. I wonder if it's just more things are running. Or less things are running, rather. Like, more things are backed up and stuff. They're big shit with cranes. We're probably gonna make our white science somewhere over here as well. This being a supply and a demand is kind of awkward. Definitely backing up our anyway, okay. Artificial star, I'm getting distracted. Sorry. Frame materials and titanium alloy. I don't know where I have titanium alloys. There should be some in here, right? No. Why did I think they'd be in that? Why I thought those were required to. I know we're using them somewhere. In fact, actually, that might be used in the making of something. Oh, here we go. It was what, 20? Yep. And then everything's just running out of it. And then frame materials, I guess 25. I guess I'm just stuck with these. They're using something over here. Maybe. Actually, I don't remember what frame materials are used. Not a lot of. Oh, they're using the Dyson spare components, yeah. Okay. Okay. So I should be able to get an artificial star. I don't know how this thing works. I don't know if I need like something special for it to run, or if I can just plop it down and it'll work. Our power problem is like fixing itself. I think it was a solar cell issue. I think our solar cells are being devoured, so we're just not getting a lot of power from our array receivers. That's kind of what we get for relying on them. Right, but as these kind of fill out and stop eating up our array receivers as much, this should stop being. Let's see, 120 being absorbed. We still have 550 in orbit, but that's not a lot of them. Literally, our distribution on the life is so low. It can generate about 653 megawatt, but you know, doesn't really help when we don't have everything played. Here's what the we're requesting 3 gigawatts out of it. The Dyson shell can do about 630. Getting an extra 22 from the form right now. But so much is being absorbed. We're definitely getting there though. Right? Structure points are being added and built. Some of them are still taking a good time. This one's almost done. We're getting closer to being done. That one is done. This one's almost done. Almost done. I feel like mass produced. We want this to get done. Obviously, we're currently researching into getting more room on the Dyson here. So, an artificial star. Looks like it has an input of some kind. No fuel. Hey, what kind of fuel? Oh. Particle. I don't even know what I'm giving it. Can I give it Criterion? No. So that means it probably wants either antimatter fuel, or it wants something else. I don't suppose antimatter itself is considered fuel. Considered a material. It does have an energy potential, but I would assume the fuel rod is actually what it's referring to. Which is expensive. All things. Right, particle containers and processors. Plus titanium alloy. And hydrogen and anti. Like, a lot of it. But it does make 2. And I'm assuming these last for a very long time. Create a lot of power. Speaking of power, our power is actually almost kind of fixed itself. If I wanted to do that, I could, though. I could set up a small little factory here to do it. It would honestly just be like one machine. So I don't think we would need more than that for one artificial star. I mean, I've got the drones to do it. I'll have to pick up some more drones at the moment, too, though. So we'll need processor, particle containers, processors. Keep the supply low on these. We don't need a lot. Right. Then we also need hydrogen, antimatter. Same with this stuff. It's kind of low, but a little bit more because I do need a good chunk. I'll make it 2. This thing is so slow that it's not going to matter. And then lastly, we need alloy. Hit demand on all of these. We'll get our first little shipments in as necessary. I cannot believe. Oh, I was gonna say, I can't believe that that's connected to the power grid. It's not. Now it is. These will charge up. They'll get their stuff. And then I'm literally just going to do assembly machine, assembly machine, antimatter fuel rod, this thing. Makes 1 every 20 seconds, and we need 1 every 24, so that is actually more than enough. Particle containers and some process. Actually, instead of doing my power like this, I have these like massive substations. Why don't I just use those? Okay, I've got these. It'll cover like everything I could want. Okay, I can really just run this, I guess, through here. So output, then hydrogen, antimatter, alloy. Boom. Mark 3, Mark 3, 2, just so we can have them a little bit faster. Doesn't really matter to be a Mark 3 or not, honestly. This will make 2.3 a minute. Now that's progress. Admittedly, we could go a little overboard on these, making like some excess stuff, but eh. Yeah, that makes 2, and then Artificial star. The Dyson, the huge output is 671 megawatts. Antimatter fuel rods from star power, activating the first artificial star. The brimstone type. It generates 72 megawatts by itself. Oh my god. Look at this. And it's a 100% conversion rate power source. Wow. Yeah, that thing by itself is keeping us over our power demand. We're gonna very much be backed up on the fuel rods here. I don't think I need this for anything else, right? This is just purely for fuel, yeah. So, that's good. The only problem is antimatter is kind of in a bit of a demand. I'm actually going to set up science, or white science. I'm assuming I have to make it in a thing. I'm assuming it has to be in a research facility, yeah, okay. We'll turn on more turbines, because honestly doesn't. But make sure this is lined up with these ones, because that's how we're gonna do it. I go all the way to the maximum height with these guys. Telling them to produce white sign. I wish I could like chain dismantle the whole stack, but fine. I realized that I'm going to need some way of kind of moving this resource. So actually, I didn't think about it like this. I don't need that belt. And rather than telling this to grab white science, I'm going to tell this to grab antimatter. Right? Because the reason why I wanted to do this is I wanted to leave space for a belt. For the antimatter. Come in here. That's not going to work as it at the. For how I am planning on doing this, I'm going to need to make sure that this is done carefully. That should be okay. And then I can just grab here. Power pole should actually be able to be right there without any issue. Okay, making white cubes. Mark ones on here. I'm just going to upgrade all of these. Mark 2. I'm assuming it's probably Mark 2's here. Mark 1's on this side too. Not anymore. And then run a belt up and over. Go under. Now obviously this means we can't produce white science if we're actively using any of the others for research. But also, we're not going to be needing them for research pretty soon. I mean, once these are all done, like, that's all of the colored science cubes we need. So this is why I wanted to just get started on cutting this up. It literally doesn't matter anymore. Right, once our greens kind of catch up to that, it completely null and void how we managed to get our research done. Then, run a line back. This is why I got rid of it from the thing. I can just run it in, like so. There we go. Pump some antimatter in here since I have it. So it's obviously going to be winning on green science. Green science is going to be a huge limiting factor for us for a while. We need to go make sure green science is operating at full capacity. By full capacity, I of course mean more than full capacity. We need it just going all in at all. Because I think we need to increase either our hydrogen or our deuterium, one of the two. One of those is being very limiting right now. Downtown lenses just only. Okay. Go fix that. It's an easy fix, easy solution. I'm kind of shocked that yellow sign really just green. Oh, you know what? It also might be not delivering stuff, because I think that's one that I told to change that one. Deliver, yeah, much. No, not that one. This one? This one. Yeah, I told the drones to do bigger loads. Yeah, we have no hydrogen right now at all. Unfortunately, I can't take that off of demand. It needs hydrogen really bad, but I also don't want the hydrogen being pulled from here. Unfortunately, the way this is set up, I can't really tell it not to pull from here. This is an unfortunate downside of the way that logistics works in this game. There's not really a way for me to fix this. One thing that I can do, actually, I can increase my hydrogen production ever so slightly. We needed like 2 more of these, if I remember right. I'll grab 2 more of these. I also need to go grab drone. So drone, but right here. I don't know why this isn't upgraded actually. Like thinking about it, like this should be upgraded. But none of it is. Alright, so if I only need 2, I think that's only 2. I'll make 2, and if I need a third. But, I don't need this one. I'm only going to need 40 of these. 60. And then I need, I think, 100 of the other stuff. 100 of the tier 3 motors. Go in the wrong direction. But they should be pretty close by. Right? Yeah, right here. Dang, we have so many of these, we don't even do 100 on the dot. Perfect. And I need 40 accumulators that are charged. Thankfully, we actually have that. But I guess with the artificial star, our power has kind of skyrocketed a bit. I'll make the 2. Kind of rock for now. That'll increase our hydrogen for now. I'm gonna need more ways to get hydrogen. I'm gonna need, not necessarily more ways, but I'm gonna need more hydrogen. Which, I mean, there's a few ways of getting it. Right? They're like, oh, listed on. I guess, yeah. So, we do get hydrogen from the particle, but that's not reliable. Obviously, we can always just, you know, create hydrogen, track hydrogen. We're kind of already doing that. It's not helping. Don't look at it. But it's right here. Is this just like not running? Oh, this line's full. Is this not being stored at the end of it? It's not. That's right, because it's all going over to here. I should store this. This is a Mark III pump? I should be storing this excess height if possible. We just need it. I won't bother making this room about the. There's no reason to. there's so much hydrogen over here. Because we got a bunch of hydrogen coming in from graphene, and then any extras coming from this system. So, might as well use it. We have it. Refined oil is like not needed anymore, right? We were using it on. We were using it for the chemical plant. Now we're just like mining this stuff right up. We just don't need it. Right. Obviously, we have to hope that we don't run out of resources. There's a thing that could happen. We could very much just run out of the resources needed to complete the game, but a little bit of extra hydrogen coming through the mission. We'll find the gas giant real quick. I think we'll head on over the part fixing storage problem. I don't really know how I want to go about it yet, though. Right, because right now I'm just kind of using like a single, like, station, basically as a warp drive station. And I feel like that's not the best plan of action. I think it was 3 that we did. Oh, it looks like, yeah, just the 1. Just the 2. There. I collect my 2 drones. 2. And that... No, I'm gonna hit the D button. Let's see. We're making about 3,500 hydrogen. Could be a little bit more than that, but I mean, I don't know how many of these things are on here. They make about 90.8. However many there are of these. Number 55. 56. 57. 54. So it looks like we have 56 of them. So remember that times 90. Unfortunately, it's just not enough. All things considered. I mean, some of it's being consumed. And I would guess for power. Like charge the station. Yeah, like 3,600. That's a lot of hydrogen. Not enough hydrogen, but a lot of hydrogen. Alright. Let me do one more quick stop. One, I want to make sure I have enough power to do this. Since that is a very real concern. I think a couple of our artificial stars might not be a bad call either for this planet, right? We can actually like tear down a lot of these wind turbines for space and just use it. Okay, yeah, we would definitely want a few more of these. They just output so much power. Like, this is backed up. This is one machine. Admittedly, we're also out of antimatter at this point. In here, at least, but that's okay. I've already burned through my entire antimatter supply. All for the name of science. We have a lot being stored on the belt here. And we're not making a lot of stuff. But we can actually probably do something about that. What are these doing? Kind of stacking. Not super well though. More of these guys, which I'm assuming is fuel rod. Oh, it's actually not the fuel rods this time. Dyson here, Conan. They just aren't getting enough. Fail. What's going on with this? Ah, the glass has become a problem now. Okay. I'm pretty sure, I think we have glass available to us. So I'm pretty sure I used it for this. I'm pretty sure I'm using off-world glass for something. This, right? Yeah. So we could actually just bring in some glass, or even not necessarily like something like that. It could be one of the towers, solar towers, right? Ugh, I need to go all in. And if it doesn't need to be a big tower, why make it one? Chrome. Demand glass. That should help. But I know we have it. I'm gonna go over actually to the. Yeah, let's continue. I'm gonna go to. Pull off class. Actually, make it a local supply. Probably a little weird. Make it a supply for class. Probably cut this down to 2,500. I don't need it like exploding with glass, but we do want a good chunk of glass in. Make more of these. Then we can be making more solar cells. Never would I have thought solar cells would be the problem. But I guess we are spending a lot of stuff. Alright, which you were hooked up and not on photon. Make as many photons as what we have with that. They're obviously all very slow. I don't even know how I would go about speeding with that. Even the way that tunnel stuff works. You have to like belt it in. I mean they consume very little, so I guess you could just like easily run a belt. I'm gonna make this entire outer ring photon. Get my powers. Fine. I don't even know if this interrupts power at all, if this changes power generation in any way whatsoever. Like, I'm assuming it does, but also, like, doesn't seem like it. And actually, you know what? In that case, we'll just go all in, right? I'm gonna be harming the power supply. We're gonna want as many photons as we can get. Obviously, we can, like, speed it up with gravitons. That's the idea. I don't really know how I want to go about that yet. Just not gonna worry about it. Because you can't use the inserter, unfortunately. Okay. Power, I want to make sure this isn't... Yeah, it's not even causing any problems whatsoever. So weird. No idea how those work. Alright, so ourselves are backing up, we're making our components again. We're making our little rockets. We made more of these. Also, I think I want these to be horizontal. It's like so awkwardly jammed in here. It's like really hard to expand on. I think we definitely need more though. This is very slow. So another option we have, right, is setting up Mark 3s. We're kind of at a point now where we could probably get away with it. Right. Quantum chips are like a little bit better, but where I feel a little bit more comfortable. And vertical broadbands have always been fine. But I mean, we're making some rockets anyways. One of these. Like really start like stockpiling, like that's when I know it's good. Looks like they're doing okay. Okay, cool. With the Dyson. I want to see how the progress is coming along. Like most of it focus finishing off these guys. Fine. Finishing off the ones that need to be. That should be 230 out of 280 on that. That's how that works. That's good to know. We got solar sales coming in again. Starting to suck up some sales. Starting to build more of our Dysons. Really, really good. This one's probably close. A lot of these ones are close to being done. Another one over here. Starting to make our way into the center. That one's close to being done. I'm sure once this one's done, we'll probably... One of those is probably... It's slow. I mean, obviously, right, we could, like, build a full factory dedicated specifically just to making these guys as much as possible. Right? I mean, the fuel rods is kind of a problem. Everything else is doing just fine. Why I'm thinking of trying to speed up some of the stuff over, speeding up these, the components, by just adding more machines. Which I think I'm gonna do. Not necessary. A bunch of random garbage. I want it I just want it to be built in a way that's more available. So we had about 9 of these before. So definitely put in the 9, and I think I'll do an offset. I'll run it. Okay, I'm gonna need 3 lines. So 1, 2, 3. Kind of sloppily jam it in there. If I offset it by 1, so might stay offset, it looks like. Looks like we're okay. Okay. But we can't here. Power-wise, I get one of these kind of center. Could be more than enough. This is probably a little too much, but what I said. Never overproduce it. Only under. There's never enough of anything. That is a genuine belief I have in this game. Because there's never enough. You can never have too much of it. Only too little. Alright. So, I need to make sure I'm doing this logically. I think it has to be like this, right? Because in that way we hold down this. Alright. Now the outputs are going to be on the outsides. Lanes will merge. Together, probably. Right, and then run it into certain one side at a time. It technically doesn't matter if this is like correct. But it just looks better than it is. Like all lined up like this. In my opinion. Looks organized. Like it was all designed intentionally with this in mind. It was. The last one. Let's go. I'm just gonna hook them up. Doesn't really. How we go about this? Coming down. Boom. Right down. Fails. There we go. I'm gonna have the output dump the belt. Kind of come across down to here. Unfortunately, I have to merge it a little weird without having to do some finagling. Obviously, we could, like, fix it. Okay. More work than it's worth. All of a sudden, our power kind of stops. I'm sure it's just something running low. It's probably the deuterium, actually. Yep. So we're being limited by our solar sail capacity. Which is actually being limited right now. Oh. Yeah, I kind of thought that was going to happen at some point. Well. Keep these running. Go ahead and do that at least for a little bit. Power's like okay. %. No. Okay. It's just that our demand got quite I've been adding. Nope. At least we're making more. Get more rockets. To get sent off into the cold, deep, dark depths of space. To create our old license here. We're actually seeing them back up a little bit too, which is really, really good. That's exactly what we want. Obviously, the more of these we have, quicker we'll finish it, right? We're launching at about 5 a minute, assuming, you know, we keep up demand for all three, or 15 a minute, assuming we can keep up the demand of all three, and we need, like, 12,000 structure points. I guess, like, 10,000 structure points. Pull up a calculator real quick. That's, 2,000 minutes. Or 33 hours. Like a day and a half. Not quite, but almost. It's actually very close to a day and a half of just this game running on end. So I think we're gonna add a third one. I do have them being made, remember right? Or if there a fourth one, it'll speed it up a little bit. I don't think I can handle having 5. Hey, yeah, who cares? Who cares if we can handle 5? Let's do it anyway. Wrong key. Like, I thought we're making more of these. Like, going a bit more overboard. And then put like one more flow here. Put it down here. Needs foundation here. Good thing I have foundation. It's only a matter of time before we kind of put foundation down over here anyways. Okay. We are fifth, probably our final one. For a while. I don't see us ever fulfilling demand on this thing. On all 5 of these. So probably where we're gonna keep it. But that is technically 25 a minute. If we could somehow manage to keep that going. Alright, so iron's a problem. We need to fix it. Like now. I'm gonna go fuel up. Over at experience here. Got 2 of them. It seems to be doing okay. Could be better. The rods are being made about as quickly as possible. This is doing its best. Only so much it can do. It's mostly, looks like it's mostly keeping up with the shipment though. That's good. Looks like this is keeping up well. Our power is completely tanked again. I'm assuming that means our star has probably run out of fuel? Question mark? Oh no, it's still running. Got antimatter over here? Enough to make more, but these fuel rods are still here. Still doing okay. So now we can go into this. We can build even further out, which I mean, I'm gonna plot it, but I don't anticipate it. Was I using curve? I think I was using curve. Looks like I was using this. Like I'm gonna plot this all out, but I don't think we're going to see it. I don't think we're gonna see this. That's how we're like done with this game. Maybe I'll keep going afterwards some other time, but I don't really intend to go far beyond just doing the win the game research. That's kind of our goal, to do that. I mean, obviously, you know, if we hit like a spot of like, oh, we're like doing stuff actively and we get the research, I'm not just like immediately, I'll finish out. Where we kind of are, there's not really a reason to go all the way. I mean, there is a reason to go all the way. I think it's fun, but I think I'd actually rather like restart all my new knowledge. That makes sense. Rather than do like a whole thing. Okay. And I think we're using the hexes. These upper ones are much bigger. So the painting process, I think just for now, I'll just paint these top and bottom ones as extensions for the blue and the red, the blue and the pinkish color. Is there an eyedropper? So unfortunately, we're probably not going to see a lot of this be built, but you know, okay. You can always play the game for yourself. I know, kind of like a rude thing, but it's fun. It's definitely worth doing it. I highly recommend it. If you don't already own the game, it's very fun. Very like chill, you know. Like it's just like a nice calm time of just running around in space, doing stuff. Very fun. I mean, like I could go through this, restructure this, right? Obviously. It probably would have been smart for me to like think ahead of that, but I also didn't originally think I would do this research, but I just kind of need like something for the science to do. Admittedly, we don't need much. I mean, I think if we increased our stress system, I guess it's 1, 2, 3 more times, right? Only doing it times, which I guess would let us do like the very, very tops. I don't care enough for that though. I think actually, I think at that point, I think we are just going to shut those down. Telling them to stop doing their research. Well, alright. I'll have them finish out the one. Have them do it just because it was already on it. I'll at least have it finish. But this way we can at least start making some white science. We're not going to be stocking it anywhere. But we can start up our white science. So, right, that's kind of the goal here. Is we want to start making white, which we've produced literally 0 of. Curious, what have we done in total? Wow, look at those graph. Absolutely skyrocket and then slowly decline because we produced it a bunch. All right, well, I'm stocked up. What the? Okay, we got basically just gonna go set up a small little, like, basically just a small, like, basic resource depot on this planet. I'm gonna have to set up another tower back home. I do one of a few things. I either have to create a secondary tower just to pull in these resources, which I am going to probably grab all of them. But definitely the iron. We need a bunch of iron. Definitely copper. Because more copper is never bad. And then probably also titanium. Maybe coal. A little far. I'm still figuring it out. We got enough to get back. I should actually probably pin this. Thinking about it. This is our new. Oh, that looks good. I dig it. This like sandy, deserty planet. Oh yeah, the optical grading crystals. What's for again? They're used for a few things. Okay. It's alternate recipe stuff. Oh yeah, those. And the photon combiners. It's a more efficient recipe. You wouldn't need nearly as much glass. That might be worth investing in. Well, if there's anywhere else, there might be some on another planet. I think this one had it. Yeah, it's on another. It's on the innermost. The one that is the hardest for me to generate power on. Nope. Alright. Well, let's start. I might use that. I don't know. I'm actually just gonna put it on the side here. Kind of where's the equator? About here. Put it on the equator. Give it ships. Give it drones. And I mean, you know, we'll tell it to store iron as a supplier, copper as a supplier, probably. Titanium, we could probably use a little bit more. Optical grading crystals for sure. Then if there's maybe another resource or something here that I care to utilize it for, we can definitely do that as well. But we're gonna be setting up a lot of depots, so make sure I have a here. Essentially, I'm just gonna tap all of these things on this, and we're just gonna mark rebuild all of it on lane. Here. I run it just grading. There. This planet has really, really good wind energy. So, like right here. Might collide with some of these copper veins. That's pull in. Some wind power. I have another option. Oh, I probably just wasn't highlighting. Only an artificial star would be reasonable here. Cool. I'm never ready. One of these days. One of them I will. I swear. Thank you, Ubel. Ubel? I apologize if I said that incorrectly. But thank you for the follow. Very appreciated. Okay. So this is our 40% power reduction facility. No, we're also gonna do some solar panels here. I believe this planet's like okay on solar. 35%. Never mind. We're gonna keep it at the wind and then just do. We'll just do some of it. So we got a bunch of titanium, copper. Iron's like slightly lesser on this planet. There's the coal. I think it's still worth it though to do it. Like a small little factor here. So we're getting 12, which we're gonna be getting just under 12. That's probably way under 12. I do not have a lot of smelters. I did not stock up on smelters. I needed to do that. I need a bunch for what I want to do here. I'm gonna have to go back. I guess, what does it take to make it well? That's a lot of stuff. I mean, it's just iron, copper, and stone, but it's still very... It's iron, magnets, copper, and stone, which is iron ore. Still iron. But it's still like it's a separate resource from what I wanted. I was gonna have to craft. It's 2 seconds, 2 to 1, but it's 1 per second. We're getting 12. Six. Absolutely no way we actually fully support this, but have it. So go into probably like 3 or 4 of these. Let's do 3, 4. I can't remember how fast these things consume stuff. Obviously, we gotta hook up power. It's not good on this planet, but that's what this is for. That surprisingly covers all of it. And one long range. Oh. Huh? I can actually just pull from one. That puts it right in the copper, though. So I guess maybe I just tap this copper. Right? Because I'm gonna probably want that. This is basically just, we're here to scavenge for resource. Okay? Gonna give us some of the stuff we're getting low on back home. It's a little unfortunate because it's a little underperformed. Hello. Look at all that running. I know, I have to set. I'm all gonna be running pretty slow, I'm pretty sure. But as this starts getting energized graphite, it'll be a pretty basic setup, but you know, it'll work. Right. Copper, I definitely do not have enough of smelters. I'm gonna want. We'll just do. Alright. Everything I would need is here. So we're gonna do some annoying stuff. A form of manual mining. God, I hate this. I hate that I'm about to do this. I'm not gonna lie. Yes and no. You don't necessarily get more power, but they last longer in the engine, like in the plants. Right? They don't get consumed nearly as quickly as raw coal. Which is why I turn it into graphite. I don't know if it's necessarily. I don't think it's more power per se. Because these, I'm pretty sure, are just always 80% regardless. I guess it is, you know, 50% fuel chamber generation, but I think that means time, not actual like power production. Whereas the coal, I'll just. Right, whereas the coal is 0%, so they last a little bit longer. So makes it a little bit better. Is it necessary? Definitely not. But I don't want to be babysitting this planet. Because, you know, it's kind of far away. 3 whole light years away. So, the less work I have to do to maintain this, the better. Okay. I mined a bunch of stone. Where's the iron? I know there's iron. There's a million. Somewhere. Is that the only iron vein? Oh. Oh, no. Oh, that's a problem. There's only one vein. That's not really a problem. Be far away too. I should have a tower up here. Honestly, I might put one up here. Okay. While I'm mining that, need arc smelter. Mostly iron that I'm missing right now. But I'd have to do a lot of work here to convert all of these resources and stuff. Right, let me convert all of the copper. And I'll also just convert all of my stone. Then I'll just convert the iron and the magnets. Kind of on command here. What am I getting here? Basic resources. We're struggling. There's not much more in my solar system to like tap into. Like, there's still plenty to tap into, but there's not like a lot left for me that I'm not already mining on. I just need, like, I need more iron and more copper primarily. But also, you know, we got a little bit lucky here. There's optical grading crystals. I don't know if I'm going to use them, but well, they're cool, right? Alternate recipes for stuff, a little bit faster on the photon combiners, which will help us with solar sails, which is kind of cool. But yeah, we should go to a planet that has like lava. I built the geothermal thing like forever ago, but I've yet to actually be able to use it. Cool, I can make 3 of these. That's so PogChamp. I think it's magnets that I'm short on. Yeah, I need like a little bit more iron ore. Back over to you. To showcase, we're here at Canis Majoris. This is our primary system, as you can see by the place and sphere built. Hey, we finally produced a universe matrix. That means our research is done. Right? No, it's not done. We just actually had extra green science? No way. The galaxy is just whatever the default size was, so that big. I don't know if that helps. I just did whatever the default was. I didn't really change. I literally changed nothing about the default world settings or universe settings, because I have not played this game before doing this. I hadn't played this game in quite a while. I played it when I like first heard it, because obviously I did it. I'm very good, right? I play Factorio and Satisfactory all the time too. Well, not all the time, but I've played both of them quite a bit and very much enjoy them. So I knew I would like this one too. But it was just like the learning curve of like learning how this game wants to do everything, as opposed to. I don't know how much more iron I need. I also just like have enough iron to make 1 more of these, and have a little bit extra. It's okay. You just find it so fast. Unfortunately, I don't know if I actually know anyone that has this game. I definitely, I know people that like would. I don't know. I think I know people who own it. I don't know if the schedules line up though for something like this. It's very fun though. I very much enjoy it. As I said, it's just like it's very relaxing. All right. Since I'm limited on my smelters right now, I'll make more. I'm gonna focus on getting the iron up first, since that's definitely important. That's the thing we need more. Copper is nice, definitely important. Just to get some more of. I need how much? I don't need it to mine like crazy. I mean, I don't want to like completely tap this like too hard. I think because this one's mining 9, I think the other one's mining or something. We'll merge them like this. Kind of awkward. You gotta do what you gotta do. Like 2 to 250 galaxies. Yeah, that would make things a lot easier. And I don't have a lot of options here. Especially like unipolar magnets. Oh man, I did not have like any of those available to me. It really sucked. Stick. Well, there's no way we get full 12, right? I'll scale it back to 8. Seems like it's probably more reasonable. Especially because we're lacking in smelters after having to use some for power. I can't believe I forgot to grab those. Hello? Collide with other object. Hold up. Oh no, I built on a fault line. Doesn't actually matter. Honestly, 15 planets per system sounds like it'd be great. Not ironically, it sounds like it'd be a lot of fun. At that point, I feel like you don't need to like explore the galaxy as much. Because like having 15 planets in your base, like starting galaxy. I mean, I guess it necessarily won't be in your starting galaxy, but if it were in your starting galaxy, like that would be kind of a lot. I think you wouldn't really need to worry about that as much. Like you wouldn't need to build anything deep. Like you probably have all you need to at least like complete the research tree without even needing to do anything. Which could be considered a good thing, could be considered a bad thing, kind of depends on who you ask, I think. I don't think there's any reason for me. Second one. There we go. Alright, and then where am I going with this? I'm going this way, I think? Yeah. Wow, that's annoying. That is such an awkward direction to go. That iron being so far away. It's gonna take a lot of belts too. That's the real concern for me, is it's gonna be a lot of... I don't know if I have enough. I should have enough. All these bad boys. Iron ingots. There we go. And run this all the way over to our station. Somehow. We'll do it like this. We'll run it across. Oh wait. There would be... I do want to try to conserve these. Just because this is going to be a lot to get into station there. Probably bring it up to about here. I'm out of building room. There we go. I mean, basically just run it in. Yeah. I actually don't mind how the planets look. I think they're really cool. But I also haven't explored too many of them. So, yeah. My opinion is less valid on that. Like, I think this looks awesome. But also, it's just very different from my current. Why I probably feel that way, right? It's like a breath of fresh air. I just don't have the hours in this game to be tired of vanilla yet. That's kind of the real thing here. And there we go. That is hooked up. I'm realizing now that I'm technically trying to produce 16 a second, which is much more than the 12 a second belt that we're using. So, oops. Time to blow all of our Mark IIIs. Honestly worth it though, I think. There we go. And we have that one copper vein over here. I don't have more. But I do have iron now and good supply. So I could make the arc smelter. I am actually out of copper. Wow. And that's going to be so more spread out. Yeah, more space to build is always nice. We're kind of running out of space on the home planet. Granted, I'm like forcing the home planet to do way more work than it should be. So it just makes more like it's easier for me to like understand it at the all being like conjoined into one thing. I didn't forgot to. Yeah, well, it's fine. All right. Boy, do I hate crap. But I don't have magnets. Yeah, no, that tracks. God, I need magnets for this. Oh, I'm just gonna mine some iron. I feel like a bunch of this. If I make like 10, that's probably good. No, I want at least 13. I definitely do want to try modded with this game at some point. I think that could be a lot of fun. Oh, I'm being limited by something right now. It's the stone. That's what I'm being limited by. Okay. I'll go up to I guess like 40 magnets and then 44. And we can start making magnets. Magnet. 40 of them. And then I need to go mine some stone. Because I was out. Now, could I set up things to do this? Yeah. Yeah, I could. I mean, what are the other planets we set up? Titanium, or not a titanium, what was it? A foundation. Little factory, like a small little foundation factory. Having 999 instead of 10 would also... It honestly, it irks me constantly, but I can only do 10 at a time. And I'm trying to make, like... Especially when I'm trying to make, like, 3 specific amounts of something. 14? That is perfect, actually. 14 is more than enough. Got some extra stone, but that's okay. Drop that off. Get back to the home planet. The mother planet. Sorry, it reminded me of what is it? Magic Pixel. Very fun D&D show. Highly recommend. Links should be fine. Can't say if auto model slap you for that or not though, but I don't have it disabled as far as I remember. Because it has not been a problem yet, but the moment it becomes a problem, it is not going to be okay. So far it hasn't been an issue, so I haven't had a reason to say no to the link. But I'm sure people will try to be good at something. But again, I can't speak for Automod. I don't know what Automod's gonna do. Automod's gonna be kind of silly sometimes. And things that, like, I would allow Automod's like, no, don't do it. Aha! That worked. A GitHub. Yeah, I remember last time I was on GitHub. A lie. I know exactly the last time I was on GitHub. It was like a month ago. It was for stuff. Had to do like a group project thing, so had to use GitHub as like an easy way for us to all work together on our little programming project. Thunderstore IO. Alright. Put this all up, and then I think we're gonna hop off this planet, go back home. I gotta set some stuff up on our home planet. Even take this stuff in the first place. So, I have to do that, but I also need to set up the pages, that's okay. I mean, the cover is like less important for us, but I did the same thing again. I used a Mark II belt when we're trying to produce 16 a second. That is not how that works. That's not enough space. Not enough speed. I think this one's a much shorter line. Maybe easily. Alright, cool. I just got 1,000. Oh yeah, this game's not natively multiplayer, is it? It feels like it should be. I'm not gonna lie. But I guess it is still early access. Sometimes I forget this game is early access with how, like, just how much stuff this game has to offer. Alright. Got some extra copper, got some extra iron, albeit not a lot. More and more. Go ahead and get out of here. I'm gonna drop off. Drop off some of these resources. So, did I fill this in? I did. Trading crystals. I don't know. I got one, I guess. Can I just like use this by itself? I guess I could just grab like 2 iron and 1 copper. I will get to that to do that, or in some point. I can. Words are hard. English weird. Word hard. Other statements. That has to be done in it. Okay. Well, you know what? Fine. Point. I have to make that. I have to make the circuit board. I guess actually in theory, that's you know what? So in theory, we don't necessarily need to transport the raw resources, but because like the reason why we did this is our circuit boards are just absolutely dead because we're not getting enough iron. That's why I needed to do this. So, not having the optical grading crystals is nice. It'll free up some other resources. Like we can kind of speed up the photon combiners to not need to use glass, and instead can use these, and it'll go a little bit faster in the crafting speed of it too. No, it won't, but still something. And we can also use it on the Casimir crystals, though. I think the titanium is probably just better to use. And I think that's it for that particular rare resource. Honestly, the fact that this game doesn't have moons yet is kind of weird to me. I mean, some of these planets are moons, honestly. Like, they're just moons. But, still. Alright. I think that's everything I need to do here for now. I mean, we could, like, really ramp up the copper. A bunch of copper here. I'm not gonna worry about that right now. Could also add titanium. But that requires me to stay here a little bit more, and I don't need it as much. So let's get out of here. If I need to, I can always come back. It's not too hard to get here. Just curious, don't know. This is where our unipolar magnets are coming from, 24 light years away. Very far, very annoying. Currently, I think it's only giving us that. It might be giving us something else, but I think it's just the. Oh, I think it might be. I mean, we're mining the fire ice for power. Or not. And then this we're using for the spinny forms, the organic crystals. We could use it for oil, but a little bit closer to our actual starting station. Go ahead. Fly over there now then. Get back out to our home planet and go look at the absolute mess that is my home. I am very good at organizing and 100% know what I'm doing at all times. Yep. I haven't made our first white cubes though. Go see that. Boom. Which I gotta go set up stuff to receive. Make sure our power is not dying over there. And I guess just check up on things. Right, obviously we have to check up on, we have to set up the stuff to receive all that stuff we just set up for the iron and the copper at least. And probably the rare resource. Make that 2. This absolute concrete ball of a planet. Look at this stuff, make sure it's all working. Okay. No, we're getting stuff in. Those cells are doing good. I'm guessing we just randomly started getting our iron back in, but that's fine. Alright. So we have yeah, it's over here by green science, because I'm using green science to make the just better ratio. Better system. So I don't know how I want to do this yet still. Right, these space warpers? Because I can just store that. I believe, right? Yeah, like you can just store them and then I can just like ship them around. But I think that that's not correct. For what we want. I think what I want to do, just want to set up a second tower. It needs foundation. Don't mind that. I always hit the blueprint, which I need to use blueprints more, but I wanted to focus more on like designing my stuff this time around. I'll worry about blueprints incredibly. So I know I've made very time to time, but I can at least say that I made them. I want this to literally be as close as possible. And then up a little bit. Finally have a use for... I have a use for this extra splitter I've had on my inventory for a while. R2 belt out. R2 belt here. And these are pretty much just being used as so these are being used purely as storage silos, basically. Supply silos for resources we're trying to pull from out of this planet. Those. And I want you to that remote demand. Remote demand. You don't need 5AU is fine. We'll also grab the optical stuff, why not? I'll use it for the photon combiners, it'll make it a little bit easier while we try to finish up in this game. Which probably won't happen until next week. That's okay. Trading crystals. About demand. And that's all we're gonna grab from there for now. I could start requesting titanium, but seems unnecessary for now. Alright. Looks like our power's struggling again. You'll love to see that. Remember when we fixed power today? Remember? I miss when we fixed power today. Now it's not fixed. What's the problem? Artificial star should be doing fine. Is there antimatter here? Oh, there is antimatter. Yo! Okay. I think we should start working towards a second one of these, honestly. I think more than one of these would be pretty good. Honestly, if I could actually set up a thing to just be, that would be good. I don't need to be, like, hyper efficient. Don't mind this unbelievable spaghetti night. I don't even understand what I'm doing here with it. Okay. What do I need? I need processors. Not that much. I need processors for this particle container. I think I have those here. Yes, particle containers there and processors. Cool. We have the alloy. We have quantum chips, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. And then we have... it'd be so much easier if I just made, like, 2 towers and called it a day. And just set them, like, 100 each for all the resources, and then just said make thing go. Some of these do have use. This one, I can pull the quantums from those if I to save up a little bit of space. This has both of those. So really I would just need another tower like here, grabbing alloy and, or not alloy, sorry, I'm just grabbing like processors and particle containers. No, because what we could do, they're all full. Alright, screw it. I'm just gonna make I'm just gonna make a small little setup for it. Let's read up. Oh, more water. Lack of item. How have I run out of concrete again? Have we go through it like it's nothing. Go here, right? Excellent. I am over here. Take some more stone. 5, 6, 7, 8. 8,000 concrete should be enough for everything else we're gonna do, right? Honestly, probably overkill. Here. This whole like end of the mall is like such a spaghetti nightmare. I am too afraid to fix it. So I'm just not going. It's just so much to fix. I'm gonna take that indicator off of the sun real quick. Yeah, look at our Dyson sphere. It really is coming together. Solar sails, not so much. They're just being absolutely devoured by our stuff. By the points and whatnot. For the actual sphere. But it should hopefully end up being better off in the end. Alright. So I made a small little area. I can put down 2 small towers. Dump some drones. I can actually probably just get away with using one. Probably like right in the middle. I'll put it a little bit forward since the plan here is pretty much just going to be guess, okay. We do need like 10 of these. They're made in 20 seconds. The unofficial start takes 30 seconds. We're not trying to be like very efficient with video here. So we can kind of just do one of these. I mean, it's not efficient. It's very slow. But we're not trying to be fast, is the thing. We're just trying to get it done. So you're gonna grab all the other components. You're gonna grab all the side stuff, all the things that aren't that. So you're gonna grab not those. We're gonna make those. Hard. Quantum chips. 100. Titanium alloy. 100. Because this is such a long recipe that it can. Then the green component. 100. And demand there. Cool. Then 1, 2, 3. Of course, grab a box. One stack, because that is more than enough. I don't know what the stack size is on that. But then for these, we just need the components. So particle containers, 1 stack, and process. There's just no reason to go all out for something like this. We don't need enough of them to, so we should affect, well, it actually probably doesn't even matter. Right? I mean, so power is purple, but that's partially gonna help fix it. I'm realizing now that I set a lot of our ray receivers to particle creation, and then I don't know, I know I did it. I forgot that I actually gave these things belt to run through. How is this being handled? I'm assuming it's doing fine. Yeah, I think it's fine. Generating a small bit of hydrogen. Small bit I'm gonna go see science. Also the south pole of the planet to look at. Set up the same system. Point science right there. Ran face first into that. Look, there it is. Or, oh wait, no, it's not there. Oh, we made. Did it actually get like grabbed? Oh. And science is limiting them. Unsurprising. Power constraints are like a really big issue for our green science. It makes it so hard. Green science and hydrogen are like the two things keeping us behind, because we just can't get enough of the lenses in. I mean, it's not working as fast as I can, but there's only so much I can do, and especially since a small bit of it's being kind of pushed off to supply the warp drives as well every once in a while. A real problem. But we have iron supply, copper supply. So that's good. These for other stuff, and they're kind of like shipping around on the planet, which was kind of the goal. Our lenses. I mean, green science is being made about as fast as it can be. The drones are just kind of slow. One here. Thing Yeah, we made one universe matrix. So we're making about 100 green a minute. No, never mind, we're tanking. I mean, you can just see from the graph here, right? Like it's fluctuating a lot. Looks like 80 is about where we're being. Like on average, about like 80 a minute. I guess going by the 10-minute would be a little bit better. Right? Yeah, about 87, 90. 80 or 90 a minute. Surprisingly, the information matrix actually seems to be the slower one, but that... I mean, all of these other ones being slower, I think, is due to green being so slow that we're only producing as much as necessary because there's so much stockpile that there's nowhere for it to go. So I'll take a look at the Graviton one. Also, power is like really hard. This is gonna take care by the day. It would help if I did the thing I needed to do. There you go. Lock technology to make construction latitude with Dyson here 45 degrees. I don't think I'm going to modify the Dysons for any further. I think we're going to leave it as... no, I will. Looking at it, I think it makes sense. Because I can do some recoloring, and it'll look a lot better. I mean, we're never going to finish it. I'm gonna be honest. It's not gonna happen. I think that's probably like the goal though, is once we kind of like fix power, and now that we're kind of basically just looking to make universe matrices, I might grab like 1 or 2 key upgrades, and then we're just kind of looking to finish the game. I mean, we could research the things like 3 more times and get all of... I'm satisfied. So cool that we can make it like even. This is how we're doing it. So this is how we've had it set up. So this is how we will continue to set it. Follow the grid. I definitely like could go in and like adjust all the grids and stuff, but with so much of this like done, I don't really want to. I don't know with it, but with some of it actually being like done, I don't want to restructure it now. So I'm just not... I'm sure I could tell it to stop spinning Dyson here while I'm trying to actively build it out, but actually, I don't think I did. These nodes. Cool. Fill in the patterns. Making one homogeneous license here. I don't do anything else with it. I think this looks cool. I mean, in fairness, I'd probably think it looks cool regardless. But our color is still selected as bottom. Cool. I think this is about as far as I care to take the dice. I understand I could go further with it. One of the nice things too now is we're kind of on white science. White cubes. The fact that our greens is slow doesn't really matter. Because white science is also pretty slow. Right? If I remember the recipe right, it should be pretty slow. And then I need to also reap this. repaint the small light blue one and the small red one underneath. That should give a roughly equal sizing. I'm gonna keep the colors of code that kind of like actual like line, like the border lines, I think. Right. There's a line. What do I want? Yeah, I think that's fine. Go ahead and make sure I didn't miss anything. It's gonna be a little awkward to tell what the lines that are being built, but I think that's perfect. Oh. Unfortunately, our solar sails non-existent, right? Cool. Hey, we made an artificial star. Sick. Wonder Dyson sphere, that's interesting. Why? Where's the other one? Right there. Put this one right next to it, yes. Needed some antimatter fuel. Another 72 megawatt. Okay. These things are single-handedly going to save my power struggle. Actually, the way this is going, I think it makes more sense to build them like this. Well, we can still line them up like this. Just a little bit more belt storage. Nah. Okay. Because these, like, just don't consume any. Like, this takes forever to get consumed. The fact that this builds so slow doesn't matter. There's our one geothermal. Haven't found any lava anywhere. Oh, the geothermal plant is not useful. It takes, what, 20 of them? 10 of them? It's almost gonna make one more. These things are so slow. 20-second crafting speed to create an item that has a 30-second crafting time. So bad. Ugh. But, alright. I'll get this this last star here. But should, yeah. It'll take like a minute, but we'll get that. I guess while we wait on that, we can actually go down here and get the all of these set to photon. Set up the belts for this. That's not all of it is. What am I gonna do? Full photon? I think this whole ring is, but not all of it. A few that weren't. I think this inner, like these two inner ones, are just gonna have to stay at. Maybe not. I don't know. The way this is built, I kind of have to build another inner circle here, like another circle. Yeah, like this. Cut it like there, and then bring it up. Why it? Like, I don't know why it's trying to do. That one I'm gonna have to make a decision on. I think that decision. Is this the correct way to go about this? 100% no. Is this the way that I'm doing it? 100%. It's all bad. So that's where it's leading. That actually, I think. And then I don't know if I'm gonna adjust this outer ring here at all. I want to do those. Those ones at least. Photon. They're making so few a minute, it's not even funny. If I were to look at our photon. I'm assuming it's gonna be good. Hold on. Critical photons. 27 a minute. It's gonna start climbing up a little bit though, so if I like, let's say 5. If we added more, it should technically go up a little bit of time. But it's not gonna go up by much, because these don't really add a whole lot. I guess we'll just make all of them, right? Like, there's no reason not to. Kind of where my head is right now. Except for maybe like overloading our Dyson sphere. That might be a concern. Which might be what we're doing right now. What's up with that? We're requesting like our Dyson sphere is just like trying to do more than it can. That's also probably why these are so slow. So I think taking this outer ring off at the very least help not overload the Dyson sphere too hard. Because we're already overloading it a lot. I'm still trying to figure this out as I'm doing it. So. Very difficult balancing it. Like now it's not as overloaded, but it is still like way over. Right, it shows the current total requested power and total power generation. So we're requesting 8 gigawatts. So actually, somewhat ironically, the less of these we have on, I think the faster these will go, right? I don't know how much power it takes to do that. Okay, so they're producing 1 megawatt? That's insane. If I take off even these. I don't want to like do too much, like take too many off, but I'm curious to see if that helps. Not really. We'll just shut down the entire bottom side since the top side's all doing it. And hopefully that means more. But while I am down here, go ahead and add some more concrete. Since we do kind of need a little bit more. Alright. Fill this out. Hopefully, I hope we have enough ray receivers to fill it out. We do. Obviously, we can't. Well, can actually adjust alt. Need one more right there. Alt needs to go down over here rather than was. It looks perfect. Not that any of these are set to do it. Well, turning power though, which is good. I like a decent amount of power too. Need to do something to consume science. A lot of these are just like infinite upgrades, so there's no reason for me to take them at the moment. I mean, ray transmission efficiency, nice. Probably get like 100% efficiency. I don't even know what our efficiency is right now. Somewhere on here. I assume it's just like 31%. I feel like that makes sense, right? Oh, I see. Yeah, so we want it to be down to 0, right? If we research this like twice, it'd be basically a 100%. That could be. Yeah, take it. So it'd be 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 75, 31, whatever that is. Probably a few other things too. Also the stack stuff, I don't care. That's kind of research speed's always good, but doesn't really matter if we can't produce. And like logistic carrier speed is also like useful. I think I'll do the ray transmission efficiency. Uploaded 100 first matrix. Pretty cool. We're getting there. Need 2,000 for that one. Don't even know what our speed is on that. That's power. Great. Then we have our 3rd star. Possibly even a 4th, depending on how long it's over there. 3 more. Don't think I want to go much beyond 5 of these. I think that's probably where we're gonna cut. I don't even know if I put that there. Can't put it here. Actually, I'll do it like that. Oh, that's probably a little bit better. It's a little further away from the belt, but that's okay. We can still insert. Slightly slower, but better. Hey! Total factory generation of 1 gigawatt. Power generation. Awesome. I'm assuming that's probably including our computers. It looks like our generation capacity is not at 1 gigawatt. Unless a gigawatt is 100 megawatts. These things are awesome. 72 apiece. These things just outperform everything. What is our power? Accumulated a bunch of joules. Cool. For the milestones, I mean, right in fractal silicon. Technically, we're on a planet with fractal silicon. I just didn't actually manually mine it. I don't think we've been anywhere with kimberlite yet. I mean, we were like close to kimberlite. It was like a planet away from us. If I wanted to like fill this out, I could do that. I think we will do, while we're just waiting on client stuff to happen. As you can see, green science being slow doesn't matter that much anymore. It's all gonna come down to antimatter at this point. The speed of our antimatter is really gonna be our limiting thing, and if we need to, we can always spend a little bit of research time on finding some other things here. Actually, it looks like we are not making enough late science to support much beyond what is currently. We want to increase our white. I mean, I know this is like a really slow run. For a minute per 15-second. It's so slow. But it is what it is. I'm thinking about it. I really quickly want to come over here. We're doing our solar sail. I want to change that. Okay. Basically, I can just help to stop taking in glass. Instead, take in crystal. Tear all those down. You know, obviously let, you know, what's there go out, but if that's done, tear it all out. And what do I do with all this glass? I think I'm just kind of like dump the glass in here for now. I don't know. That's not really gonna help though. I just got a bunch of glass now. I'm actually gonna take that power pole away. I think I want to actually expand this a little bit. Do like 1, 2, 3 more. Hoping that that's not too close. That it causes problems. Should be okay. I'm all set these to be filtered. Was the ultimate recipe actually? Oh no. Yeah, no, okay, yeah, we can do the photon. Liners. We actually don't even need the prisms. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, we don't need the prism. What am I doing? What am I doing? I have so much glass in my... And a bunch of prisms too. I don't know what I'm trying to do. It's this that needs adjusted. Alright, well, while that drains the resources, I have to go find somewhere to dump all this glass off. Probably here. Oh, kinda here. I mean, I can just like drop all before it's glass, I guess. I don't want to take so much glass. Oh my goodness. This uses like a lot of... I should probably focus on ones at the back.
It's just so... Okay, then maybe just like tell the storage to like freeze. Like 5,000. I should be able to start dropping it in there soon. I don't understand how there's 10,015 for. Honestly, probably should have been done before. Upgrade this. I don't think we're gonna use 230 a second. It's not at the moment. Well, now it's fully upgraded. Doing these are like, is this actually like backed up? Wow. I mean, you love to see it, but wow. Wasn't ready for that one. Oh. Oh yeah, that's right. This is like absolutely destroying my hydrogen. I kind of forgot about that. Alright, well. Come back up here now though. This should be completely emptied out. We can just kind of... Really, we just run a line up and in. And then we just tell all of these to change recipe. With the alternate. There we go. I guess, in a way, right, it might technically be more efficient. Does it use... Yeah, because it uses less resources. So you can get more on a belt. And make more of them. 1, 7, 9. I need like 3 more, no problem. Assuming that's a... Kind of figured it was. And then... up. Three. There we go. Makes us just a little bit more. I don't know if it really matters. Oh, it definitely matters. I don't have any of that stuff. These are gonna start. These are gonna work a little bit better. Cool. That's that. That's stone. I can throw some there. Don't wear though. And stuff. Boom. Science. Wooded science installed because green science is low. Oh. Where's the thing I was literally just at? What am I talking about? I always get so lost. I can never find it. There we go. Here's some. This? Oh, it's definitely not that. Where is it? Right here. Somewhere to store all this glass. That was certainly some of it. I'm assuming the thing that I'm storing the glass in elsewhere. I think it's like one of these ones down here. Actually, here we go. I think it's 24 of those. What are these used in? 4. I've got those somewhere. Look at this little setup from forever ago that we don't really use for anything anymore because the plasma exciter does nothing. it actually is using quite a few things. But we're not using like breakers or anything at all, which we definitely should. But I don't know how they work. I mean, I understand. Really set it up. Okay. First you could like. I do want to see the like graviton lenses and stuff. I want to see what's going on there real quick. But we're gonna end it once I get. I'm not gonna do any work on it unless it's like an immediately fixable problem. I'm assuming it's just hydrogen supply. Yep. Hydrogen has completely run out. I have to be looking at the menu. You're pretty important. I mean, this is also important. I just need hydrogen somewhere. I don't know why it's like so hard to get it from the gas giant efficiently, but it just doesn't want to happen. That'll fix that to some extent. I mean, it'll let this. And then period. There's a catch. But there we go. Also, probably devour power a bit. Not too much that it's a problem though. Alright, that gonna be it. I need to fix this belt. It's bugging me, but I'm lazy to do it. This is getting supplies, we're sending stuff out to the Dyson sphere, like we're making progress. Great. I need to look at it with one. Unfortunately, like, now that I've repainted some of it, it's basically only one build now. Blue, a little bit of a pink, whatever color that's supposed to, whatever the color is. Coming together. Very slow. I mean, we have like this, like almost fleshed out. Honestly, I can't wait for this put in place. Awesome. But yeah. And save the game real quick. It looks like our solar sails are basically non-existent because they're all being sucked up, and our things are being shot pretty. So their 9,000 second lifespan means nothing because they're all getting absorbed and turned into a Dyson. But that's okay. That's kind of what we want, right? But yeah. That is good. So if you don't know VODs, that's the thing. Exclamation point VODs. Find it there. The chat or whatever. There's also links and stuff. 12 p.m. EST the next day. God. Ugh. Sorry, stretching. Yeah. Other than that, I don't really have anything. Probably won't be back until Tuesday with Dyson sphere. Monday, I don't know what's going on. Honestly, it's kind of up in the air if there's even going to be a D&D session or not. It's kind of dependent on external forces. If not, I may do something, but probably not. Just because there's a lot of stuff that I also got to do and stuff. Yeah. So that's all. I'll be back next week. We'll probably end up finishing time next week. Right? I mean, we're just kind of in like the we're at a point now where really all I have to do is just click do the research, and then we just wait, right? As far as beating the game is concerned, so is what it is. But figure it out when we get there. But until next time.